Hello, this is Bill. Welcome back. In this video, you will learn how to create a page peel using Flash. Let's start by taking a look at the final result. I'm going to come up here to Control, and I'm going to choose Test Movie, and here's how the movie would appear within a browser. We've got two images here. I've got the outside of a greenhouse. It's being peeled away, revealing the inside of the greenhouse. And you just as easily could be doing this with 5 or 10 images, but to shorten this video, I'm going to go ahead and restrict myself to just 2 images. I'm going to go ahead and close this movie, and now that we know what we're trying to create, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to choose File and New. And I can choose either Flash File ActionScript 3.0 or 2.0. It doesn't matter since there'll be no ActionScript within this Flash movie. Now let's go ahead and press OK. Okay, the first thing I want to do is resize my stage. I want to get that at 250 by 250. I'm going to open up my property window. That's Control F3. And I'll press right here on size. And I'm going to change this from 300. Let me get this within the screen recording window. I'm going to change this width to 250 pixels. And I'll leave the height alone at 250 there. And I'll go ahead and press OK. And at this point, I'll go ahead and close the property window. Well, the next thing I want to do is get a couple of images imported to the library. To do that, I'll come up here to File, and I'll choose Import, and I'll go Import to Library. Now I got a couple images here, Greenhouse 1 and Greenhouse 2, and I'm going to hold the Control button so I get both images at once. And I'll go ahead and press OK. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and double click on this one, and I'm going to call this layer Picture 1. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up my library. To do that, I'll come up here to Window, and I'll choose Library. And all I'm going to do is simply drag out Greenhouse 1 onto the stage. I want to make sure I get this centered, both perfectly centered horizontally and vertically. To assist me with that, I'm going to use the Align window. I'm going to come up here to Window, and I'm going to choose Align. And I'll go ahead and press on this little icon right here to align the horizontal center. And then right below that, distribute that to the vertical center. And I should probably say here, I've got 2 stage selected here. Okay, go ahead and repeat that process. I'm going to press on the Insert Layer icon. I'll double click on this. I'll call this one Picture 2. And I'll go ahead and drag Greenhouse 2 onto the stage now. And again, I'll go ahead and open up. I'll go ahead and first of all close my library, and then I can go ahead and open up my Align window. And like I just did a second ago, I'm going to press on the little icon right here, align to the horizontal center, and distribute to the vertical center to make sure the thing is perfectly centered within the stage there. Okay, the next thing I'll do is insert another layer. I'm going to press on the Insert Layer, come up here, and I'm going to call this one my Peel, and hit Enter there. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I'm on that layer. I'm on Layer Peel, Frame 1, and all I'm going to do is make sure I get a nice white here. Got a nice white for my fill color. I'm going to go ahead and press on the rectangle tool, and I'm going to hold the Shift key down, and that's going to guarantee I get a perfect square when I release my mouse button. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go ahead and zoom in on this just a little bit here. And it looks pretty good there. I'm now going to go ahead and use my Sub Selection tool, and I'm going to convert this from a square into a triangle. And I'm just going to simply grab this bottom right-hand corner and kind of drag that on up there. Okay, I want to get a little gradient fill here along the bottom, kind of this bottom right. And to do that, I'm going to come along and come up here to Window, and I'm going to choose Color, and under Type, I'm going to go ahead and choose Linear, and I've already got this pre-well. I did this earlier, so it's already set here for me. For the most part, it's white with just a little gray here at the end. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use my paint bucket, and I'll see if I can get a little gradient fill, and that looks perfect right there. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and close my color window. I'm going to double-click on my Zoom tool, go back to 100%, and I'm now going to go ahead and use my Selection tool. Scroll down here just a little bit, and let me go ahead and drag this down to the bottom right-hand corner there. And maybe I'll use my arrow keys to kind of nudge that into position there. Okay, before I forget, I want to come back here to Picture 2, and I'm going to do some kind of distorting that. It's kind of a way of cropping it, and in order to do that, I'm going to have to come up here to Modify and choose Break Apart. Okay, and at this point we're now ready to start adding some effects here. So I'm going to highlight frame 20. I'm going to press F6, or I'll tell you what, maybe this first time up here, I'll come up here and I'll go Insert, Timeline, and the keyboard shortcut here is, I'm going to insert a keyframe, which is F6. And I'll repeat that same thing for picture 2, pressing F6. And on this one, I just want F5. I just want to insert some frames here. So I'm going to come along, timeline, and I can press F5 or insert timeline frame there. Okay, coming back here, taking a look. Maybe I'll start off with the peel. Here is frame 1. And here is frame 20. When I get to frame 20, I'm going to simply use my free transform tool. And I'm going to go ahead and take this top left-hand selection handle and drag that on up there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, here is frame 20 on picture 2. And what I'm going to do is come back here to frame 1 on picture 2. And I'm going to come up here to modify and come down here to transform and distort. Modify, transform, distort. And I'll go ahead and take a little time here. I'm going to go ahead and begin to simply, it's kind of almost like cropping the image here. I'm going to drag this one on down, drag this one over here, and this bottom left-hand corner. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so now add some shape tweening. Well, let me just kind of show you, here's what's going on. So frame 1, I've got my little peel in the bottom right-hand corner, and when I get to frame 20, this peel is going to have advanced, and now I'm going to be illustrating or showing more of picture 2. Let's add a couple shape tweens here. I'm going to right-click in this area, create a shape tween, and the same thing right here, create a shape tween. Okay, I'm going to highlight frame 1, hit the Enter key, and we can see how that has begun the process there. Okay, at this point I'm going to come along, maybe to frame 35. I'll press F6. Now this one's going to stay the same, so I can simply press F5 to insert a frame here. And I'm no longer concerned with picture 1, since picture 2 is now going to be displayed over top of that. Okay, so on frame, looks like about frame 35 here, on my peel layer, I'm going to go ahead and use my, I'll just use the selection tool, and let's go ahead and drag this on up here. Okay, right about there. And it's going to look a little weird within the development environment here on Flash. But once I get this into a Flash movie, you're not going to see any of this information over here on the stage pasteboard. All that you're going to see within the browser would be the information within here, and you would not see any of this information. Tell you what, I'm going to just come along right here, over here. I'm going to press F5 to insert one additional frame here. And let's go ahead and take a look at this from the Control Test Movie. And there we go. The page is being peeled away. Oops, I need to add a shape tween here. So I'm going to simply right-click anywhere within here and create a shape tween. Let's go ahead and try that again. Control and Test Movie. Okay, there goes the page being peeled away, revealing the image below that. And this is going to just continue over and over. I've got other videos showing you how you can turn the looping off, but maybe if nothing else, you want to add a little delay here. All I'm going to do is come out here to maybe frame 60 and press F5, or let me do it without the keyboard shortcut here. Insert timeline and frame F5 there. So now what's going to happen is picture 2 is going to be peeled over top of picture 1, and then nothing is going to happen here for about 2 seconds, and then if looping is turned on, it's just going to continue that process over and over. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one more time. Here is the page being peeled. Wait about 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then it would just simply repeat that process over and over. Well, hopefully in this video you learned how to create a page peel. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.